Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys 5 mental health tips for college and university students. These are things that I think everybody should be practicing and will definitely make your university experience a lot better. That being said, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. And let's get into it. Here's tip number 1. So tip number 1 is don't do all-nighters. And now I know that's hard, especially for college and university students, but that is something that will drastically improve your university experience. And I know it's super common for people to kind of pressure you into thinking like, oh yeah, you need to do an all-nighter, like, oh yeah, we're gonna stay up all night studying for this exam, we're doing this assignment. But honestly, that studying that you're gonna do super late at night, or that assignment that you spent hours and hours doing till 3, 4 a.m., it's not worth it. For me personally, I stopped caring about everything after 10, and anything I do after that, it's not going to be good quality work. And it's always worked out for me. I am now my 4th year of my undergrad, and I haven't done a full all-nighter because of school. I know people who have gotten their PhDs and haven't done all-nighters. It is possible. You just need to be a little bit more self-disciplined or a little bit more aware. But yeah, that being said, I would much rather you have a full 8 hours of sleep and have a good breakfast, wake up early, and then do your exam than staying up all night studying, have 2 hours of sleep, grabbing a coffee, and then doing your exam. You're going to perform so much better. Your brain is going to think more. You're going to be more relaxed. And your overall mental health will be a lot better in the long run if you prioritize your sleep above everything else. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is know when to study and when not to study. I know a lot of people who, especially during exam season or midterms, will just cut their life completely and study. They're not going to see friends, they're not going to do anything exciting or fun for them. And for a lot of people, I don't think that's the healthiest strategy. I know for me, I need to see my friends regularly or else I get depressed. I need that support network. And oftentimes, a lot of people who cut everything except their school life, they're not going to have the greatest university experience or pretty good mental health either. So knowing when to study and when not to study. So if you're studying every day for like 3, 4 hours, that's great. But if you're studying 7, 8 hours and you're not having much of a life outside of that, I would say you probably need to take a step back from your studying, improve your study habits so that your studying is more effective and you don't need to spend as much time doing it. That being said, this is dependent on like your major. So if you're doing like a pre-med or if you're in law, then you might have to sacrifice the social life a little bit. But if you can, prioritize maybe an hour or 2 a week just where you can spend with your friends. Mental health is something that you should be taking care of every single day. Every single day you need to have something that's for you, that's special, and that's sacred. And you shouldn't let studying get outside of those boundaries. You should have a very disciplined self-care routine to the point that you're prioritizing social, interacting with friends, exercise, eating healthy as much as you are studying. So that's tip number 2 is know when and when not to study and prioritize your time. Tip number 3 is keep a healthy diet. And I know that's hard, especially if you're living on the meal plan and you're just getting cat food, or you're just eating ramen, or literally not eating the healthiest food. I know that's hard, but having a healthier diet in terms of just trying to find more fruits and vegetables, clean proteins, things like that, is going to be groundbreaking. It's going to be huge for your overall brain function, and that's going to help you a lot in terms. Oh, voice crack. That's going to help you a lot in terms of how well your university experience is, how well your studying is going to be. Having a healthy diet is huge. Not eating late at night, not eating high carbs or sugars. I know my first year of university, it was definitely putting on a few extra pounds just because you have the cat food there. Everything is super convenient. But trying to be more aware of it, being aware of your diet, giving yourself as much nutrients as possible is going to be really important for when you are taking exams or overall throughout the semester when your mental health is starting to struggle. So that being said, keep a healthy diet. Super important for the brain. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is something that's a little bit harder to swallow, and that is understand that you are going to fail, and that's okay. I remember my first year of university, I failed my first ever class, and that was a calc class. And I couldn't say that I was shocked. I knew I was going to fail anyway, but it kind of hit me a little bit. I wasn't. I didn't see myself as somebody who would fail a class. I didn't see myself as somebody who would be struggling as much as I was in university. In high school, I was a great student. I was always on top of my game. I was always getting A's. And then university slapped me across the face. And that's just simply because how university is set up, having those midterms, having those exams. And so making sure that you know you're going to fail, you're not going to have the same life that you had in high school. Making sure that you're aware that failure isn't the end and you're going to do better. This isn't a learning experience for you. This is a safe place to fail. So understanding that you're going to fail in multiple things, and probably you're going to change your program. You're probably going to change. You're going to grow so much during this university experience, and a part of growing is failing. So understanding that is a part of the process is important. Don't get caught up in failure. Keep moving forward. Tip number 5 is create a support network, friends, family, a club, or a group. Having that support network for you is critical, and that's something that you're going to need to carry throughout the rest of your life. Having a support network when you're going through a rough time, when you have so much on your plate, when you need to reach out to somebody, that is important, especially if you're more extroverted. Having a support network, or even if you're introverted too, even if you're introverted, create a support network of friends and family who you can reach out to. And that doesn't need to be necessarily people in your program. It can be someone from like a church or another faith-based organization. It can be through different clubs on campus. All these things, creating something that you can rely on people is extremely important. And when I say also create a support network, that also includes seeing the campus counselors if they have them available, peer support networks, all these different mental health groups. Creating a support network that's going to help you is critical for your long-term mental health, but especially in university. So there you have it. Those are your top 5 mental health tips for college and university students. I do hope they were helpful. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And once again, please like and subscribe. It does help me a lot. And if you have anything, like I said before, if you have anything that you agree with, disagree with, or any suggestions, put them down in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. And yeah, enjoy. Take care, guys.